Welcome to Sports and Stogies. Now, introducing your hosts, Cameron Winkowitz and Austin Hayes.
Have to soak a rag or something in alcohol. You can use rubbing alcohol. Most people use like rum or high proof bourbon or whatever to kind of leave that aroma behind.
I never thought about that.
To enhance the smokes. So yeah, it's pretty neat, but I do need to clean it.
Is there like a recommendation of how many bowls you're supposed to do before you clean it?
A
Just
handful.
kind of play it by ear or whatever?
Yeah, just whenever you feel like it needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Trying to get those, bourbon notes or rum notes in there with it. And especially, amongst the lifetime after so many cleanings and get all that soaked in over time.
Soak in, yeah. Especially depending on like the style of. I think this is wood that's sandblasted, so we know how well wood and alcohol react to each other.
Match made in heaven.
So
it's dope. Are we on?
Yep.
All right. Well, go ahead and pull up that chair.
Pour up that drink.
And light that cigar because it's time for episode 79 of Sports and Stogies. Cam.
Welcome back to Sports and Stogies, everybody. Got a hell of an episode lined up here. Shorter, but
maybe not, man. It's madness.
Some good stuff rolling in here. But first things first, you know where to find us. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, Reddit, at Sports and Stogies on all of your social media platforms, except we're not on Truth Social. But if you are, you should get off of there.
You guys don't do any little role play thing?
I am, but Shane's probably still going strong.
Glad he has time for that, but not the show.
And then for the actual show, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Prime Music, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. Did I say that?
I'll be honest. I was looking for the business card. Wasn't really hearing you.
Okay.
Say it again just to reinforce it, though.
Business card for who?
Mr. Evan Keaton.
Oh, okay. I was going to say there's one right in front of me. But the podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Prime, YouTube. That's it.
That's it. And then email at sportsandstogies@gmail.com for all your fan questions, comments, and or concerns. This episode, of course,
and fill out our Google form if you want to be an applicant for the guest spot that we have.
Got a list already building up here. I think at least 5 guys.
We've got 3 who's filled out the form.
I told Balin, don't worry about it. You're already in.
Well, maybe you should still fill out the form.
It might expedite the process. But again, this episode brought to you by our good friend, Evan Keaton, a certified personal trainer. Want to get in contact with him, who can bring the gym to you, go with you to the gym, or have fitness classes if you want to do a group setting kind of thing.
Or maybe fitness videos.
In the making. Classes are organized by intensities, got low, medium, and very, very high. Like super high.
And they are $15 a class.
I believe every Tuesday and or Wednesday. To get in contact, email at allthingsfitness15@gmail.com, cell phone 937-308-6324, and website at allthingsfit.org, and across all social medias at allthingsfit.
Beautiful.
With that, you got the old Blood Moon call today?
That was CAO Vanilla and Davidoff Blue.
Mixing it back up?
Yep.
Next time I go to, I think, Stogies. They have a lot of pipe tobacco in there.
Do they?
I'll grab something for you. Mix it up a little bit.
I said, they sit, I think every blend I've seen is under $20. So.
Oh, yeah, super cheap. Especially for like the amount you get. But I've got the H. Upman, the Banker Day Trader. My first H. Upman on the show, actually. Check my records. It's a 6x60 with an Ecuadorian wrapper, a Nicaraguan binder, and a filler blend of both Dominican and Nicaraguan tobaccos. Definitely hefty. I've had a lot of these at Casa during poker nights. Excellent stick, great burn. Pretty smooth draw so far. And then nice, rich, complex, like spicy, chocolatey flavors. Like nothing really overpowering each other. Just well-balanced, nuanced. quite enjoyable.
Just how you like it, well balanced and nuanced.
Speaking of well balanced and nuanced, tell us about the bottle you brought in today.
So this is, there was a small, I don't even know, it's not really like a release, but opportunity to get my hands on this. It is an Elijah Craig single barrel from their private distillers collection. And I don't know what CNC the Whimsical Fox is, but that's on the bottle for something.
Is that something from GCSB?
I'm not sure. But it's barrel proof, uncut, straight from the barrel, unchill filtered.
You
all
said
that good stuff.
9 years old?
9 years old.
That's a nice sweet spot.
Yeah. And it's Elijah Craig, so you know it's good. And it is their 1789 blend or batch or
Usually at like 12 years and over, things start to get a little too oaky, for me at least. So yeah, right in that 8-9 year spot, it's kind of my go-to. And you've already had it, right? You had a little taste test early?
had a little sample, but you go ahead and let's see what you think.
Nose, nice and vanilla. Definitely some oak in there, but sweet. Kind of some baking spices. On the palate, not too hot. Not for the proof, at least. Great long finish. That cream and oak definitely transfers over. A little more pepper in there. A little bit of caramel. I'm not the biggest Elijah Craig fan, but that's damn good juice. And you said you got one of 10 bottles from that?
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of bottle. We didn't get a whole barrel. So it was like a very small opportunity. I don't know. It was low. I mean, I don't know. We might have gotten maybe 20 bottles total.
This is probably the most exclusive whiskey that we've had. On show, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where to buy it if it's available to buy, but the guy, one of the guys had reached out to by someone who had their hands on this in some capacity.
And it helps to know people, right?
It does.
Connections go a long, long way.
Perks of being charitable gentlemen like we are.
And also, again, we talked about it a lot, but this community in both cigars and pipes and bourbon, so generous. I've gotten so much stuff that I probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise through guys at the cigar bar, like Boards of 2019 George C. Stagg from Freddie, which I would never be able to find, let alone pay for, even at MSRP.
Yeah, $600 a pour.
Well, if you're getting, well, a pour, you damn near at any bar. So yeah, excellent stuff. I think it pairs very well with the H. Upman so far. We got 2 fan questions. One sports and one that isn't necessarily sports, but there's a sports angle on it.
We broke it down to sports and non-sports.
First things first, which sports story should be a movie that's not been made yet?
I mean, it depends. Like, do 30 for 30s count?
I don't think so. As much as I love documentaries, I think we're talking actual film here, in lieu of our sports movie bracket that we've done and are still doing.
Honestly, probably either Malice at the Palace or the Bad Boy Pistons.
Great storylines there. I want to see the Pistons do like a show thing, like the Lakers had the HBO series, which unfortunately got canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah, is that the show about Magic?
Yeah, well, not just Magic, but the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the main character. Because you got, a whole decade there to cover. Tough to do in like one movie.
Yeah. Or like, really The Last Dance, if that was made into a film and not like a documentary, that'd be good.
Yeah, the fact there's no Jordan movie yet, like, Air wasn't really about Jordan. He made an appearance.
Loosely.
But you got no Jordan, like, on the court.
Yeah, it was about his shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need a full Jordan movie. Probably won't be as good as The Last Dance.
Or Space Jam.
Well, all-timer. Probably won your bracket, right?
Made it pretty far.
So I wrote down 2. Jimmy V and NC State in the 80s. I think it was 86 when they got that title. Really just on his life. Especially his SB speech. Don't give up, don't ever give up. That's a perfect, end of the movie climax moment. Where the whole crowd's in tears, of course. And then Emil Griffith, who I think I may have told you about the other week. I just learned about him. He was a boxer. He was a gay black boxer in the 60s.
Oh, I do remember you telling me about this guy.
Killed a man in the ring because he was using homophobic slurs. He didn't die. He died 10 days later, but brought on from... And then the guy was like a title... he fought in like 200 championship rounds after that. So like, damn good boxer. So a story of a gay black boxer in the 60s? That's a perfect Hollywood script right there.
Either of those two things in the 60s, but both.
Unbelievably brave.
That's a tough life, too.
Absolutely. You got to be a boxer. You got to be tough.
And you're famous.
Yeah. In the spotlight. Yeah, that should be a movie. I might put that screenplay together. I've always dreamed about writing a screenplay. Never knew what I want to write about. It might be Emil Griffith.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll start there.
How about Jimmer Fredette?
Stormin' Mormon? God, I remember his run, dude. He's averaging 35 at BYU?
Insane numbers.
Steph-esque?
Yeah.
Just limitless range?
Or just, LeBron, Steph, any of these guys. D. Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Jordan, Pippen.
I'm sure once LeBron retires...
Give me a Rodman biography, dude.
Yeah, we definitely need that.
Or just about the 48 hours in Vegas.
Or even just about him going to North Korea as our ambassador to talk to Kim Jong-un. What a wild life. Stuff with Madonna, I think. That's definitely a six season series.
Carmen Electra.
Forgot about that too. Yeah.
And then cheated on Carmen Electra with Madonna, I believe.
It all checks out,
That's how that happened.
You think Rodman's not going to cheat? Come on.
It is Dennis.
Come on. You know who you're dealing with here. And then next question up. What would be the best decade to be a teenager in?
So we split it in two. It's 70s for general culture and 80s for sports.
Not that 70s sports is bad.
80s sports is just all time best, some of the best ever. You got Dale starting his NASCAR career. Wayne Gretzky was drafted in 80. Jordan was drafted at the end of the 80s.
Magic and Bird
for the entire 80s.
Bad Boy Pistons. You're talking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Hakeem. Dennis Rodman in peak. Bill Laimbeer. Isaiah Thomas. Just unreal. Golden era basketball.
Yeah. And football.
You get Elway, Marino. Aikman at the end.
Just studs.
Really, where the game first started to really change with Marino and that passing attack.
Yeah, and then probably baseball killer.
86 Miracle Mets. One of the best 30 for 30s also, by the way. I think that was a 3-parter. They were all just coked out, amphetamine out. Won a world championship. The infamous Bill Buckner, which I'm even sure you know about. Tail end of the Big Red Machine. Yeah, across the board, man. That's sports-wise tough to beat. But 70s, yeah, like I said, culture. The best era for me, best decade for music, for film.
Yeah, we're getting into that modern style of film.
And it's still, almost went 90s, but 90s is almost too similar to today, where 70s feels like distinctly a different time. I definitely grow the hair out, be rocking a 6 stash, bell bottoms.
I'd grow the hair out.
To the best of your ability. Maybe your jeans would have been better back then. Who knows?
Possibly.
Rocking a blonde mullet.
That would have been nice.
Little tinge of red in there too.
No. I think just a nice brunette mullet, dude.
Can't go wrong.
Nice dark brunette mullet. Whew,
and and you got to go stash.
Stash for sure.
Without a doubt. And you wouldn't feel bad about it because that was in.
Exactly.
I'm wearing head to toe denim.
You would definitely be wearing head to toe denim.
Without a doubt. And then, dude, to be a teen in the 70s, or even in 1970, Zeppelin first came out, Sabbath first came out. You're getting all these crazy advances.
You also don't even know how great they are.
At the time, probably not, right? But something you've never heard before.
You got a good guess? But you don't really know.
You know, you're getting outlaw country. You're getting Motown. So much going on there. We'd have a van, of course.
Oh, a nice VW van, dude.
Just burning heaters all day.
It's a VW bus going to McDonald's, smoking some heaters, and then...
Get a 30-cent Big Mac.
God, dude.
If only. Would you want to go in the
Did
future?
people actually work in the 70s? Is that a
Based
thing?
on watching Dazed and Confused, no, definitely not.
Didn't have to work. Probably just do side jobs for like $3 a day.
Yeah, sell some weed here and there, you know.
God, man, what a time. Everything was easy. No internet.
Oh, yeah, you're disconnected, laid back,
Just enjoying life.
in the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's, of course, romanticized because we didn't actually live it.
Something we need to get back to as a society.
Getting disconnected.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't be doing this.
Well, I mean,
It could be radio, I guess.
I think I disconnect quite a bit more than most.
I definitely make more of an effort.
Like
Yeah.
I don't really get on like Facebook a lot. I try to not be on social media because I don't even like doing our once a week posts.
That's bad enough as it is.
Like, to me, that's too much.
Yeah.
But I also love video games, dude.
You love memes, too.
Do love memes.
But yeah, actual content, like, you never post anything that I see.
Nah,
It's like,
I don't
hey,
even
it's my
really-
wife's birthday. Happy birthday,
I
babe.
don't really share memes either.
No,
like-
just you text them to your boys,
Yeah. I'm
which
like,
is the way it should be.
yeah, that to me, that's still disconnected.
Yeah, that counts. Like, 60s would be cool, but you're probably going to Vietnam. So that's out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, again, the musical revolution that was the 70s is what I needed.
And anything pre-60 is getting a little too, like, uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of today's, you know, first world comforts that I kind of need to have.
Yeah. Air conditioning.
Would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about cars either. Car culture would be pretty dope.
70s in the cars.
You'd get Mopar.
Well, you can go 60s too for
60s
cars.
probably the best.
But 70s is nice spot for cars. 80s not so much.
It just got
But-
kind of boring. Yeah.
60s and 70s is cars for sure.
Bikes. Definitely get an Indian.
Yeah, you
Got
got
to.
to.
I want an Indian right now.
Rules are rules.
And then future. I don't want to go future.
No.
I don't think so. Imagine being a teenager right now,
Oh, it would suck right now.
when
But
your entire life is social media.
imagine being a teenager when we're integrated and we have the internet in our brain.
I can't even imagine that.
That's going to be awesome.
I don't know if it will. It's
It will be
it's
at
an
first.
overwhelming thought.
Yeah, but when you first do it, you're like, oh, dude, this is so cool. And then after like 3 years, you're miserable. But
Yeah, then the whole time you're just getting constant ads in your head, dude.
I think we would, I think our society is going to be so advanced that we're not even going to feel emotion anymore. Like it'll be,
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that.
well, it'll be like to feel emotion, you have to fucking hit something where you're like,
You just hit a dopamine button.
yeah, you hit a dopamine button, you're like, oh, wow. And then like it brightens up everything. Like everything's a little brighter. The colors will pop a little more.
That sounds terrible.
Or like AI generated tripping.
Okay, that is a little more. I'm a little more open to that.
Like that'd be sick.
You can just turn it off whenever you get a little overwhelmed.
You don't have to actually, you can have something that hits the DMT in your brain already and it just spikes it up enough.
Yeah, but the ritual of ayahuasca is just too tough to turn down, right?
Probably not. I've heard it's probably gross
It's
too.
got to be gross.
Like it can't taste good.
That's like you lick a frog, right? Is that ayahuasca?
Well, no.
There's one of them where you, like,
that
where you-
is another thing.
Yeah, where you lick a frog.
Like you can do that to get a DMT spike, but
You-
you can also
you have to
smoke
vomit.
DMT.
See, I don't dabble in DMT.
But
quite yet.
ayahuasca is like a concoction that basically like a native
like
person.
like a shaman.
Yeah, they cook it up, and you're in like teepees and stuff, and then you have to be guided by the shaman for a week.
It's for a week.
Yeah, so most ayahuasca's ceremonies is what they call them are like a week to 2 weeks.
I thought it was like 15 minutes.
Oh no,
But it feels like
it's a
forever.
constant thing. That's DMT. DMT is quick, 15 minutes
Oh, okay.
feels like forever. Ayahuasca is like a life-changing thing that people go to do. DMT is just a quick trip.
I don't think I want my life changed in that way.
But yeah, ayahuasca is like you go battle all your demons.
But if
kinda
there's a
thing.
button I can press in my AI head to experience that, then yeah, maybe we give it a go in 2048.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way, 70s and 80s for me.
But they already
much
have
simpler.
VR games that have simulated trips that apparently are pretty accurate.
I don't know, I guess if I know what it's going to be going into it, it wouldn't
All
bother me.
you know is that it's a simulated
It's going to
trip.
be a trip. Yeah. And they have the safety net if I can just quit anytime.
Yeah.
That's not. I don't think that would freak me out that much. So maybe we dabble, in the years coming.
Could be crazy.
It will be.
I will definitely be a guy who's not getting integrated. Like, I'll avoid that
Yeah, I don't want that
for
at all.
sure.
Not a chance.
At least I'll be the last guy to get integrated.
Yeah, until it's forced.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm going off the grid, dude.
Be easier, right?
'Cause if they see what's in these heads, they probably just take us out anyway. They don't want these records going public.
Yeah.
People don't need
that's
to know
true.
that.
That's the other thing too, is like if we can read each other's minds with these chips, it's like I would be screwed.
Yeah, nobody. That's too much power. There's way too much power.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be a societal change.
Yeah,
There would no longer be menacing people.
because they're gone.
Yeah,
It's like Minority Report. Like you get crime before it even happens.
correct.
Yeah, that's a very 1984-esque. Ugh. Well, on a more fun note, we have some NFL news to cover here. Start us off.
Keenan Allen went to Chicago, got a nice piece for Justin Fields down there finally to pair with DJ Moore after losing Darnell Mooney, of course.
For a fourth rounder.
Not a bad deal.
He's a little older, but really shows no signs of slowing down. Relatively healthy his whole career. And yeah, as a 1A, 1B option with DJ Moore, I like it a lot.
Yep, them and Justin Fields all finally getting the offensive pieces together.
Yeah, Cole Kmet in there,
Beast.
Newly acquired
I don't care
DeAndre
what anybody
Swift.
says.
No, Kmet had a great year. I love Kmet.
Cole Kmet's a beast. You got Hollywood Brown going to Kansas City, so they finally got their wide receiver one.
And that did actually happen.
It did.
Okay.
It did. According to you.
According to Adam Schefter.
But I like it. I think he's a quality wide receiver. Definitely better than anything they have now.
Yeah, 1-year deal, trial run, up to $11 million. I like it a lot.
I mean,
Nothing to lose.
they probably drafted a guy, I would imagine. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it. I think he fits that kind of Tyreek Hill-esque role where he's just your deep ball threat. He's very fast. Barring any injuries, I think he'll be a quality receiver there. And definitely somebody you want to keep in your back pocket for fantasy.
Yeah, definitely a potential sleeper coming next few months.
Because I draft him every year. Because you can always get him in like the 8th round.
Now that he's in KC, big time ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's
I
your
mean,
wide
even
up
last
two,
year he
that's
was
huge.
like top 10 for the first 8 weeks before he got hurt.
Yeah.
And that was without Kyler Murray. Oh, I don't even remember who was throwing him the ball.
Good Lord, they had a smorgasbord of guys over there
Was it like Colt McCoy or something?
for a few games. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Not the ideal, pass catching situation, but he made it work.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know if I wrote this down correctly. It says Justin Fields. I mean,
He got Keenan Allen.
yeah, as a Bears quarterback, right?
Yeah.
This year says he went to Pittsburgh.
For
For
what? Like a trip? Little field trip?
No, he was actually traded for a
Vacation?
6th-round pick next year.
Little vacation to Pittsburgh?
Maybe a permanent vacation.
Okay.
They have
so,
Kenny Pickett, though, right?
Pretty sure, yeah. And Russell Wilson. 3-dog race again?
Man, what a weird quarterback room.
3-dog race again.
Gotta be.
Weird move. I don't like that the Bears traded Justin Fields. I mean, is Caleb Williams going to be that great? We have no idea.
That's the debate, right?
Like, you want to say yes because college says, but Johnny Manziel was a great college quarterback. Jamarcus Russell was a great college quarterback.
You saw how those went.
Like, it's...
Now, I think he's going into a better situation.
He's going into a better Bears than Justin Fields did, for sure.
Yeah, the Bears with Caleb could be a 500 team.
There's a lot of people
saying
saying
be better than that.
There's a lot of people saying it's playoffs or it's...
I saw that Nick Wright clip, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people agree with him.
I don't know.
He makes a good point. He does. With them having a good defense.
Oh, yeah, with the pieces around, for sure.
And Eberflus requiring pass rush to run a good team and how well they played in the last 9 games.
You've got weapons now.
He makes a great point. But the one question mark is quarterbacking.
Is Caleb that good? I'm on record saying I think he's a bust.
I don't think he'll be a bust. I don't think he's going to be the best quarterback we've ever seen in Chicago. Well, I guess that's not true.
Pretty low bar.
That's not true. He could very well be the best quarterback we've ever seen in Chicago.
Well, in Chicago or playing for Chicago?
Playing for Chicago. And he could be C.J. Stroud. He could have that much success.
Very high bar.
He could be. I gotta wait. I gotta let the guys get back to me after they crunch some numbers, and I'll be able to make an accurate prediction like I did last year. But
yeah, probably by next week, give or take.
But once I get that information, I will definitely spread the love, and you guys can say, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about." You can say that again, or you can just roll with it.
You think about how people wouldn't doubt you.
Hey, you doubted me.
I did. I didn't doubt you. I just thought the ceiling was too high.
Hey, you doubted me.
I half doubted you.
Doubt's there, bro.
But even then, you didn't expect him to be that good that quick.
But I did. That's why I said that's why I gave the prediction I did.
But the team exceeded even your expectations.
The team overall did, yes. But he met my expectations.
Probably exceeded those too.
I will say, Tank Dell exceeded my expectations.
Well, I had none for him. I didn't know who he was.
Because I was expecting Nico Collins to be what Tank Dell was. And Nico Collins was good, but Tank Dell was even what felt like light years better.
Yeah, not light years, but yeah, definitely. Hopefully he comes back fully healthy.
Maybe like a half a light year.
Yeah. I don't know the math on that, but somewhere in there.
It's quite a bit.
And then, yeah, Pickett to Philly for a pick swap.
Pickett worth more than Justin Fields.
According to these moves, at least.
That makes no sense.
If anything, I feel like scheme-wise, Philly would rather have Fields than Pickett. If Hurts were to go down, I think Fields is a better fit in that offense than Kenny Pickett is. Yeah. Also, Kenny Pickett just sucks.
Kenny Pickett does just suck. So all of you, all of a sudden, out of the closet Kenny Pickett fans, shut your mouth.
This is news to me. Is this on X? Because I haven't really seen a whole lot of love.
Dude, it's on. I've seen it on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Everyone's just talking about how, Kenny Pickett just never got an opportunity. No, he did. He was terrible. That simple.
What, was it a bad situation? Yes.
Sure. But guess what? Matt Canada got fired. Kenny Pickett still couldn't do it. Got benched for Mason Rudolph. And then we watched Kenny Pickett lose his job to Mason Rudolph. Which Rudolph threw...
no quarterback should ever do.
In 3 games, more touchdowns than Kenny Pickett's thrown in his career.
It's insane.
The guy sucks.
Trash. And all it's going to take for all these alleged fans is if something does happen to Jalen and Pickett goes in.
You get to see Kenny Pickett throw the ball to Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith around an elite offensive line with an elite defense. And you can still watch this guy throw 250 yards a game, no scores, 3 picks.
And one game of that, and Philly fans will eat him alive.
Exactly.
And all these alleged fans out there now they'll be gone. This could be some bots out there. Because I don't know who actually likes Kenny Pickett.
It's a lot of bots, man.
It's not Steelers fans, I know that.
It shouldn't be.
At least not the ones that I know.
Should not be Steelers fans.
What a bizarre...
I will say, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, scary.
I don't hate that.
Scary. However, they still can currently only throw the ball to George Pickens. Now, there is links to Tyler Boyd, that the Steelers plan on signing Tyler Boyd.
And I've heard Brandon Ayuk as well.
I thought that they would take a shot at Mike Williams. Maybe they just didn't have the capital to give him the money he wanted.
They're surely planning to bring in somebody, right?
Have to.
Right.
But I've also heard that Ayuk is closely linked to Jacksonville.
Whoa. Okay.
So
I don't hate that either.
Yeah,
I think Pittsburgh needs him more.
probably.
So if you can afford it, you got to pay a little bit more.
But yeah,
Then it was a 2025 sixth, which could be a fourth if Fields plays,
51%.
which
If I'm Pittsburgh, he plays 50.
probably less than that.
49.
Probably less than that.
For what?
Barring Russ gets hurt, I think you stick with Russ.
Maybe. I did see a rumor that they're planning on doing a long-term deal with Russ, which seemed odd.
That is very odd.
Or maybe Russ wants to sign long-term, maybe is what it was. Something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't give Russ anything more than like 3 years
It was
tops.
Russell Wilson and long-term in the same sentence,
Relating to football.
relating to the Pittsburgh Steelers specifically.
Huh. Okay. Well, we'll see what they do.
So,
Jets making moves here.
yeah,
I think they could pay off, and they also could end terribly.
it completely relies on them not running cut block plays.
That goes for their entire team. Yeah. I don't think you have Tyron Smith cut block as the monster man that he is. But again, a 1-year trial deal, 6.5 guaranteed with incentives, an additional 13.5 mil based on games played and things like that.
Incentives on an offensive lineman's contract is so weird.
But he took that. He wanted that.
Because, like, to me, it'd be like, what if he needs 50 pancakes?
Could be. Who knows?
Like, that would be hilarious.
Less than 5 sacks allowed. But I think for him, it's mostly about time.
Games
missed.
played, for sure.
Which is why we let him go. Sad to see him go. All-timer.
That's why you let him go, I'm sure.
Well, we're all in.
I'm sure that's why.
Well, this money we got to pay towards you special teams guys. Okay, there's only so much to go
Keep
around.
signing him.
No, we plan to. Don't you worry. Jerry's got it down.
See, everybody talks about defense winning championships. It's really special teams.
Look at the Pats.
And Dallas is becoming a very special team with a very special owner.
That's a very special coach.
Very special.
Probably the
coach.
specialist coach.
Probably. Coaching specialist.
No, I wouldn't quite go that far. I think special coach is better. Then Mike Will,
Yep.
out of the blue.
Great move. Get Garrett Wilson some help out there. 2 deep threats. Both are. I'm sure Mike Will's contract also has some game time incentives.
Yeah, 1 year up to 15. Not sure what the incentives are, but yeah, I would think games played.
Then Chase Young to New Orleans. And missing the offseason because he did just have neck surgery, but I believe he also has an incentive-based contract.
From what I saw, it's 1 year, 13 mil.
Oh,
up
flat.
front.
Okay. Good move. Definitely going to make the Saints defense that's really good already better.
As long as you can motivate him.
Maybe you have maturity issues, motivation issues, but
Who better to learn from than Cam Jordan, though?
and I mean Mr. Allen himself?
Okay. I wouldn't go that far.
No. You must not have heard the Saints GM.
Oh.
and
I
what he
recall
had
that
to
quote.
say.
We play that back real quick.
I believe he said, nobody looks at the first 3 to 4 years of Bill Belichick's career. And that's what we have here in New Orleans.
Bill 2.0.
Yep.
And it all starts with bringing in Chase Young.
Started somewhere.
This is year 4, right? Year 3?
I believe we're hitting that time where things need to start happening for that quote to make sense.
Oh, it's making sense already.
We're right in that range. Like maybe there's 1 year, but this one has to kind of get a little better.
And next year, we're all in.
Next year has to be Dallas Cowboys all in.
Super Bowl or bust.
Basically, yeah. Or their GM needs fired as well.
Yeah. Or maybe evaluated psychologically.
Fired and arrested.
Euthanized,
for treason.
dare I say?
Not opposed to the death penalty.
Yeah, if need be.
Depends on what the crimes
Because
are.
we know what happens down there in New Orleans.
'Cause
It's been
It
established.
has been established. And now there's that and treason,
And football terrorism.
which is,
A severe crime.
they'd be like, God, imagine if it was baseball terrorism. America's pastime, dude.
Get a slap on the wrist if you're the Astros.
That doesn't count. That's different. That's in the game. They won. Get over it.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Or nothing happens and you win the national championship and it doesn't get taken away.
Checks out. Maybe you kill 2 people after your playing career ends. Those records still stand. 2,000 yards, baby.
During your playing career. Your playing career just ends because of it.
Gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. The Bengals add another giant 6'8" tackle named Brown.
Just another guy to get blamed.
Again, a 1-year deal. I didn't see a number on that, though. That just came out today.
Probably like $45 million,
Probably fully guaranteed. Yeah.
if I had to guess.
At least trying to make an effort to help out Joey B.
Still nothing in the trade talks of T. Higgins.
I have
I've
not seen a single mention since last week.
So I think that might have been the other receiver that Jacksonville was looking at. I believe it was Higgins or Ayuk. But other than that, I haven't even heard a peep about T. Higgins.
From him or from any other team or from Cincy.
Nope.
He might have been taken away. We don't know.
Well, he came off an injury, so maybe he gets traded. It wouldn't shock me if he gets traded midseason.
I think if you're Cincy, you got to just bite the bullet and trade him now.
No, I agree. But
they're probably not going to do that.
yeah.
Talk about more football terrorism.
Then Jerry Jeudy gets extended.
How do we feel about that?
3 years. If he stays healthy, love it. Love Jerry Jeudy. He just has no ankles anymore.
Which is
So
weird
that's the
because he's only like
concern.
23 years old.
Yeah, he's very young. Only been in the league for 3 years.
But he never had ankles to begin with.
I believe that is incorrect. I believe he did indeed have ankles. The Browns also hire Mike Vrabel
I didn't see that.
as a coaching
Consultant?
yes.
Okay.
So the Vrabelmeister down in Cleveland.
I like that a lot.
I do too.
That's a very sneaky move.
Yeah, so your coach of the year gets better.
And your coordinator of the year gets better.
Yeah. The only person not getting better is the comeback player of the year.
Yeah. Shane, question, comment, concern? Isn't it weird that we're approaching the draft and Bill Belichick's still unemployed and will remain unemployed,
If anything, a consultant would be great right about now.
right? I guess he just doesn't want to take anything besides a head coaching gig. But
Or maybe he just doesn't want to take anything.
I mean, he can definitely be selective.
I wouldn't. Why would I ever coach again?
I would walk away.
Risk tarnishing the legacy like Tony Romo did when he broke his collarbone 45 times?
I don't think Bills can be tarnished.
Absolutely it can. People are questioning Greg Popovich,
Yeah,
in
but
basketball.
people are dumb.
Just because of the last couple years. They're like, oh, this guy's overrated. He's not even that good of a coach.
Come on. That's the classic social media overreaction era.
And it's like you have Victor Wembanyama and your team's a 10-win team. What's wrong with you? And you watch a Spurs game and you watch Jeremy Sochan and then you turn it off.
Sochan, I think, is the most frustrating player to watch.
You just turn it off.
He's like Jordan Poole when Poole was actually decent.
I don't even
That's who he
like
thinks he is?
watching the Spurs play teams I like. I'll watch a different game because I have to witness Spurs basketball. There's only one other team that's like that, and it's the Pistons.
Detroit. Yeah.
And it's seriously the most frustrating things I've ever seen in my entire life. Especially as somebody who understands fundamental basketball, it's non-existent on those two teams, which is insane because the Spurs have been the most fundamental basketball team for forever. That's why they were so good.
Sochan and Victor combined tonight, 7 for 28.
Checks out.
6-point loss to Dallas. Luka, cool 18, 10, 16 on 6 of 27 shooting.
Yeah, rough shots.
It's the Victor effect, you know.
But yeah, there's your greatest basketball player of all time, Victor Wembanyama, doing nothing when good defense is in his way.
Would never think I'd be saying good defense and Mavericks in the same sentence, but they're putting some things together finally.
Finally,
In spite of Jason Kidd being a basketball terrorist.
yeah.
Then last but not least, we have two retirements. Firstly, Aaron Donald, first ballot Hall of Famer.
One of the best to ever do it, if not the best.
At his position for sure, and definitely on Mount Rushmore of defenders overall.
Yeah,
I mean, we watched him get literally double teamed every single play
every play.
for 10 years.
I saw Kyler Murray's reaction was thank God,
Of course.
and he shared the clip of Aaron Donald running at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think every quarterback kind of did the same thing.
There's this overall sigh of relief,
Yeah.
especially in the NL and the NFC West. And then my boy Leighton Vander Esch, hanging it up. Great case of what could have been, if not for injuries. I mean,
Yep. If he just had a neck.
his neck was messed up coming out of college. Great rookie year, just unfortunately never got back to that.
Yep.
So hopefully he'll remain healthy outside of football.
Should.
Take it easy.
Uh,
Stay out of the weight room.
Most people don't get re-injured when they
Yeah.
leave football.
You shouldn't be getting more concussions or neck injuries.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Stay out of fights. Rest a lot. Have a good life.
Get
pal.
8 hours.
Come back as a linebacker coach.
Get a desk job, maybe.
He probably doesn't have to work anymore.
He probably doesn't, but it's nice to just have a little desk job. Stay away from power tools or loud noises,
And
at
honestly,
least for a little while.
him and Sean Lee might have been the same person.
God, what could have been?
There was a time we had Sean Lee, Vander Esch, and Jalen Smith,
I know.
and injuries just hit them all.
Now who do you have?
Eric Kendricks.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
All in, all in.
So best wishes to those guys. We'll see both in Canton very soon.
Definitely see one. I mean, I guess we could see both there.
He'd be in attendance.
Aaron Donald, that is. Leighton Vander Esch, first ballot. Honestly, they might have a ballot of him, and then next year do.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
That'd be fair.
That way they still get the chance to be first ballot with an asterisk.
Yeah. And they could get some spotlight.
Some, yeah. But he'll be doing the inductions. So,
As he should. Time for Blast of the Past. It's tourney time. It's March.
Madness.
Thought about Jimmy V and the Wolfpack.
And
but
Jimmer Fredette.
didn't think about him.
We thought about it.
We're going 2011 UConn and Kemba Walker in probably the best tournament run of all time. So they had Kemba, Jeremy Lamb, and then Shabazz Napier, all future NBA guys. Shabazz actually had a great run of his own, like 2 years after Kemba left. But they closed the regular season 4-7, which is usually not a good sign. They missed the first round bye in the Big East tournament. And the Big East was stacked. I think they had 11 tournament bids, like 9 ranked teams. They won 5 games in 5 days. First team to ever do that in a conference tourney. They beat, I think, 4 ranked teams in that stretch. Kemba went with 26 against DePaul, 28 against Georgetown, who was ranked 22nd. Put up 24-5-5 versus number 1 seed Pittsburgh. I think it was also a number 1 seed in the tournament. Had a step back game winner in that game. Filthy. Put up 33-12-5 in an OT win against Syracuse, who's ranked 11th. And then 19 in the Big East title game against Louisville. They get a 3 seed after that run.
Yeah, Kemba Walker was unreal, man.
In the
And
big
honestly, I hate that he went to the Hornets.
Yeah. If you'd gone to a good team,
Imagine.
talk about what could have been. 2K legend, though.
Yeah.
In the big dance, they beat Bucknell first round easily. Then he dropped 33 against number 6 seed Cincy in another Big East matchup. Then put up 36 against San Diego State and Kawhi Leonard. In the Elite Eight, put up 20 and 7 assists against number 5 seed Arizona. Final Four, Kentucky, with Brandon Knight, Enos Kanter, Deron Lamb, took them down. And then beat Butler in the championship. Of course, Kemba, player of the tourney. Still has the records for, I think, most points in the conference tournament with 180. And then I think only one of 2 teams to go 5 games in 5 days and make the big dance. Incredible run. Seeing that live that was my prime college ball days, where I was watching pretty much every game every night. I mean, I remember that step back against Pittsburgh too. Kemba step back, all-time great move.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But for this year's tournament, who's going to be Kemba Walker? Who'll be this year's Kemba Walker? Unfortunately, it will not be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
How about we hit your bracket busters first?
Upsets.
Your first round bracket busters. You got nothing to worry about with UConn and Stetson. Nothing at all. If you can tell me where Stetson's at, you might have something to worry about, but you can't.
Oh, man. I'm going to go. That seems like Texas.
Couldn't tell you. Didn't look it up.
And Jamie, pull that up real quick.
For me, you don't have to worry about your bracket being busted until you get to BYU and Duke was knee.
Duquesne?
Duke was knee, buddy.
Trust me, I didn't know how to pronounce that until this year.
Duke was knee.
Duquesne busting brackets.
Definitely going to be busting brackets. That's why I'm taking them to beat BYU and move on.
What is your single biggest upset?
We're getting there. Next upset going to be Drake over Washington State.
Nothing crazy. Typical 7-10 game.
Small upset.
Yeah.
Your next upset, probably your biggest bracket buster. This is what's going to get most. Everybody thinks Iowa State's going to walk right through South Dakota State, but that's just not going to happen. Those boys in South Dakota are coming to play, and they plan on destroying Iowa State.
Go change your bracket right now.
I'm going to say at least a 15-point victory. It's going to be a thrashing.
Could be one of the great calls of all time.
And then your next bracket buster, again, 4-seed Alabama versus 13-seed Charleston. Charleston's coming to play. It's that simple. Alabama's think they got to walk in the park. Well, this is a Charleston park. And you can't just walk through those.
So I hear.
Charleston taking the victory. Close game. I'm going to say 3 points. What do you got, boss?
So in the East, pretty much chalk. I think UConn got screwed. By far the toughest region. I love Auburn, love Iowa State, contrary to what you think. I love Illinois. Could all be potential Final Four teams. But overall there, I think besides Drake, I have all the high seeds winning those matchups. In the West, I got New Mexico.
I thought about it.
Beating not just Clemson, but then beating Baylor to go to the Sweet 16.
I also have South Dakota State in the Sweet 16.
They won the Mountain West, super high scoring team, and one of the best in the nation in the turnover battle. Don't give the ball up and create a lot for their opponent.
I just can't support New Mexico,
Murderers,
after last year.
Although I'm trying to think, were they the victim or the aggressor?
I believe.
I think State was the aggressor.
No. I believe State was the one with the gun, but New Mexico was the one who was trying to jump the guy with the gun.
Okay. We'll have to go back. That was episode 15?
Yeah, the Battle of the Rio Grande.
Pretty early.
I don't think that's what we called it, but that's a better name.
I think we said shootout in the Rio Grande.
Yeah, Battle of the Rio Grande, though. It's a good one.
I think it's the actual name of their rivalry.
Checks out.
Which could be a shootout on the court also. You never know. In the South, I've got... This is where things get wild.
Another big upset I have is Dayton beating Arizona to go to the Sweet 16.
I would love that. Our boys should have won in 2020.
Would have won in 2020.
Without a doubt. The South, I get wild.
The South's where I get very straightforward.
Pretty chalk?
Yeah.
I got James Madison beating Wisconsin and then beating Vermont, who beats Duke. James Madison, Sweet 16. They are 31-3. Granted, not great competition. Didn't play any ranked teams. They score 85 points a game. Hold opponents to 29% from beyond the arc. Momentum, high-scoring team. And I love teams named after historical figures.
Yeah, well, I like to think Duke is Franz Duke Archduke
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I just like that because I hate Duke. They should win. Probably will win.
Yeah, I have Wisconsin beating Duke to go to the Sweet 16.
Then I go NC State over Texas Tech, and then NC State over Kentucky.
Also go NC State over Texas Tech, then Kentucky over NC State.
Then I go NC State over Marquette. NC State Elite Eight.
Well, I have Marquette winning the national championship.
That's a sneaky pick. I love that.
So
they got to get through DJ Burns.
They're going to go over Kentucky. They're going to go over Wisconsin. They're going to go over Creighton to get in, and Marquette's going to win it all.
I think
and
NC
they're going to
State,
beat number 1 seed North Carolina.
Tar Heels coming up short. NC State is going to be this year's UConn. This year's 2011 UConn. They won 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC tournament. They're on fire. DJ Burns, their center, absolute dog. Talk about true big man basketball. If you ain't seen him, look him up. He's got to be every bit of 320, 330.
Love it.
He'll back you down. They definitely win first round because Texas Tech doesn't have a center.
Don't need one.
But Kentucky, all that talent, wouldn't be shocked. Look, I'm going for fun here. And all this research means nothing. It's March Madness.
I am going for fun, too. That's why I don't do research. I completely go with my gut.
That's the funnest part for me, though.
How is research fun? That takes the fun out of it.
I think it's the best part.
Well, you're a loser.
What's your criteria for teams you like?
Pretty easy. Do I know where they are? And
Their school colors.
Correct.
I like strong defense. I like depth. And I like momentum. So teams like NC State that have won 5 straight to win their conference title checks my boxes.
I do have another
Let's go Midwest.
round of upsets in the Midwest.
I've got one here.
So Purdue's going. I have TCU beating Utah State. No upset there. Got Oregon over South Carolina.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I've got McNeese over Gonzaga. And then McNeese over Kansas. McNeese, like James Madison, 30-3. The nation's best in the turnover battle. And 4 of their top 5 scorers shoot above 40% from 3. Kansas is, I think McCullers is not playing. And Dickinson might not play either. They're super banged up. Those are the Big 12's 2 leading scorers. To be without them, huge deal. As long as McNeese gets past Gonzaga, assuming Kansas wins their first round matchup, McNeese takes down the Jayhawks to go to the Sweet 16. I have 4 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16.
All that research, and you're just going to throw it out the window like that. Where is McNeese, dude?
Definitely in Virginia.
Probably not, though.
I mean, there's a 1 in 50 chance.
Yeah.
Where's
Akron. Right here in Ohio, baby.
not in the tourney, I don't
Where's
think.
Oregon? In Oregon.
It's definitely west, right?
Yep.
Northwest?
Northwest.
I'm going to lock in Oregon.
Yep.
Let's go, baby.
Bingo.
Give me your final 4. Let's go Elite 8.
Elite 8. Let me pull it back up.
In the East, I've got Auburn and Iowa State, with Auburn moving on.
Which is all fun and games, but that's not going to happen. 1 second.
Because what is going to happen?
It's right here.
Yeah, I have Auburn taking down UConn in the Sweet 16.
It's going to be UConn versus Illinois. And UConn taking it all.
Again, I love all 4 of these teams. These could all 4 be Final Four type teams.
And it's going to be North Carolina versus Baylor in the West, with North Carolina taking it all.
In the West, I've got St. Mary's taking down Arizona.
No, you don't.
I certainly do. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. How about the South?
I got Wisconsin getting taken down by Marquette.
I've got Houston over NC State.
Houston going all the way.
In the Midwest,
I have Creighton taking down Purdue.
I have Purdue taking down Creighton.
It's not going to happen.
Final 4.
UConn versus North Carolina. North Carolina goes. Marquette versus Creighton. Creighton goes.
I've got Auburn taking down St. Mary's and Purdue taking down Houston. National title. Auburn over Purdue.
Marquette over UNC 76-70.
I didn't put my prediction on there score-wise. Auburn, top 10 in both offensive and defensive rating. The lowest 2-point percentage against, and top 15 in 3-point defense. They play a 10-man rotation. A lot of depth. They're hot. They won their conference tournament. And Bruce Pearl's a great head coach. That checks all my boxes for what I like in a champion. St. Mary's has lost one game this calendar year to Gonzaga, who they then beat twice. They play a super slow pace, physical, defense. Top 10, again, in 2-point percentage. And they're great on the offensive glass. Goes a long way in March. Houston, I think number 2 overall seed. Experience, great defense, great on the glass. 6-2 against ranked teams. Means they probably get bounced second round. And then Purdue.
Give or take.
Purdue is guaranteed. Every year I pick Purdue. And every year they let me down. But I think
This
after
is their year.
the biggest upset ever last year, they finally put it together. As long as Zach Edey doesn't fall off the face of the earth or get injured. 7-0 against ranked teams. Second in strength of schedule. Top 5 efficiency in offense, inside and outside. And he got 2-time Player of the Year, Zach Edey. Only thing that worries me is coming from the Big Ten, where refs are way different, let guys play way more. Maybe their defense gets too physical, guys get fouled out, Edey gets in foul trouble, they're done. So to beat Purdue, just go at Edey. Simple as that.
Yep. Keys to victory. And that's why Purdue's getting bounced early.
Also, again, would not shock me. Now, I didn't do a women's full bracket. We're going Iowa over South Carolina. And that'll come back up in Ash for Cash here later as well.
I second that. It's Caitlin Clark's year.
And I think the team's good enough around her where it doesn't have to be just her.
Yeah, but when she drops 75 in the national championship game,
And 30 assists.
it's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah. I want to go to break right here for NBA and underrated.
Absolutely.
Episode 79.
Back after this.
Who's going first?
You, I guess.
All right, welcome back to episode 79. Hit him with an ad.
This episode is brought to you by Wonka Frenchies. Reach out to Robert Brewer on Facebook for all of your Frenchie needs. They have top quality big rope fluffies and standard and dogs in all price ranges. So be sure to get one of the best Frenchies in the Midwest from Wonka Frenchies from Robert Brewer on Facebook.
Beautiful dogs.
Beautiful dogs.
Probably the most beautiful dogs everybody's saying it, folks. They're all saying it. Best dogs in the Midwest, maybe the entire world. Who knows? Who is your underrated for Underrated Tuesday?
Jamal Crawford.
All-time great.
If he was a career starter versus a career backup, we would be looking at him completely different. Yes, we know Jamal Crawford's the best sixth man of all time.
Undisputed.
He could have been one of the best shooting guards of all time.
Why wasn't he?
I don't know.
Was he always just stuck behind a better two guard?
I guess.
Or was he just
I really
made to
don't
be a sixth
know.
man?
I don't know. It's never made sense to me. It's like Lou Will.
Sweet Lou, yeah.
Like, yeah, he was a sixth man, but he was dropping 30 points a game. Why is he not starting?
Routinely, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess if you can get that production off the bench, then, I mean, stick
Yeah.
with it.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Jamal Crawford, if he was not a career sixth man, could have been a great all-time
definitely
great.
on the Mount Rushmore of handles.
Definitely. But
And inspired a whole generation
yeah,
to
I
replicate those handles.
I remember I learned the double behind the back. Very
Oh.
tough.
That's filthy, though. I guess I'll go my NBA here, too. I think we mentioned him briefly in our top 15 list. Clyde Drexler. Probably third, if not the fourth best shooting guard of all time, but always overshadowed by Jordan and other teams of that era. Playing West Coast on a Portland team that got thrashed by Jordan in the playoffs, especially.
And a great nickname.
Not the most creative, but it didn't have to be.
The Glide.
It was right
dude.
there. I mean, he had a 3-year peak where he's averaging 27, 8, and 6, routinely. 10-time All-Star, Hall of Famer. Good defender as well. Longevity. 5-time All-NBA. Finally got the ring in Houston. Best Blazer of all time. No, you want to go Dame for
maybe Dame
for
now,
recency bias, but at worst case he's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, never talked about just because of the era he played in and not really getting that extreme postseason success. Your number 2.
That's all I got was Jamal.
I got maybe the last great fullback. Mike Alstott, the A-Train. Somehow not in the Hall of Fame. In an 11-year career as a fullback, put up 5,000 yards, 58 touchdowns, and then 305 catches for 2,000 plus yards and 13 touchdowns. In addition to being one of the great blockers of all time out of the backfield.
Yeah, the A-Train is probably underrated. Yeah.
Absolute bulldozer. Never talked about just because of the position for the most part.
Yeah.
Got the ring. 6-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro.
God, who's the best fullback in the Hall of Fame?
How do you like John Riggins? There's not many in the Hall of Fame. But the fact that he's not in yet, I think, is absurd.
Hall of Famers by position. Oh, Larry, of course.
Zonka.
Larry Sonka. Marion Motley.
Got to be an old timer, right?
Yeah. Where was he at? Yeah, there's only like 3 in the Hall of Fame.
Actual fullbacks. Yeah.
Jim Taylor. Joe Perry.
From 48 to 63.
Marion Motley. And Larry Sonka. Well, they count Jim Brown too. But he was a halfback.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, put him in, and then probably put Lorenzo Neal in too, also underrated. Yeah, Mike Alstott definitely needs to be a Hall of Famer. What are we doing here?
It's crazy that there's 48 offensive linemen in the Hall of Fame, but there's 5 fullbacks. Seriously.
I mean, I know it's probably the least valuable position on the field.
There's 4 kickers, dude. Come on. And soon to be 5. I don't think Vinatieri's in yet. I don't think he was eligible.
No, definitely will be, though, yeah.
His eligibility is coming up soon.
So you have the names in front of you?
Of the kickers?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck, dude.
So Lou Groza, for sure.
Yep.
Is Janikowski in yet?
Nope.
He should be. That's probably the only one I get.
One was also a quarterback.
In what, 1942?
Played from 49 to 58 and then from 60 to 75.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
George Blanda.
Blanda kicked?
Yeah.
I wonder how much.
It could be that first 7 years.
He's just kicking?
Yeah. Morton Anderson.
Oh, yeah. I think he's all-time leading scorer.
And Jan Stenerud. 67 to 85.
Yep, couldn't tell you. Vinatieri soon, though. Tucker, as soon as he retires, will be in. But put the A-Train in first, please.
No punters.
Throwing Shane Leckler.
No Hall of Fame punters.
Pat Mack.
Should be.
I haven't seen the numbers, but I'm pretty sure he's damn good enough. Let's go to the NBA.
Oh, sorry.
Here.
Ray Guy is the only full-time punter in the Hall of Fame.
Makes sense. Also, the award named after him. Imagine being the lone dude at your position to be in the Hall.
You're the GOAT. Congratulations.
Undisputed. Maybe forever. Who knows? Yeah, not much in the way of NBA or UFC. Did you watch the LeBron JJ podcast?
No, but I will.
Even just a clip I watched of 2 minutes, the little promo thing, so much knowledge.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, almost over my head.
It's LeBron probably has undisputedly the most basketball knowledge that a human being can possess.
Not even close.
Of all time. There is nobody that will ever come to that level of basketball knowledge or IQ.
Just sees things 10 plays before they happen.
like I said, like people love to bring up like Larry Bird and stuff, but LeBron on court coaching
Different level.
the other team, insane. Not just telling them to play. Hey, move here. Move there.
For this
Intercept
long,
that passing lane.
and then do this.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they get
Insane.
some visuals for the pod, because just hearing them talk about it is
Yeah, I'm
almost
probably
hard
going to
to
watch
even
it tonight when we're
comprehend. I definitely want to check it out.
done. Not to promote another podcast or anything. You should only be listening to Sports and Stogies.
We're pretty close to LeBron in terms of ball knowledge,
My basketball IQ's up there, dude.
especially when Iowa State goes down.
Yeah,
That's another notch in your cap.
yeah. My basketball IQ, I love. That's the problem with watching basketball for me.
So frustrating to see
Is
bad
I just
ball.
get so analytical, and I'm like, I just can't enjoy it anymore.
Even at like an NBA level, that shouldn't be happening.
It's where it happens the most.
Especially
I
defensively.
honestly, I love watching high school basketball.
More fundamental.
Seriously, high school basketball is so good. Even college ball is not great, but high school basketball, like me and my dad, we went to the Nutter Center to watch the state tournament, and it was some of the best basketball I've ever seen played in my life.
I mean, it makes sense
Yeah,
because you're not the most athletic people on the face of the earth. You have to play by fundamental rules
yeah.
as a team, as one unit, and listen to your coaching. I'll have to come check out a few games.
Dude, high school
'Cause
basketball
honestly,
is awesome
I
to
never
watch.
thought about that, but yeah, it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Especially good basketball, high school basketball programs.
You're talking, state championship level.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go watch Tecumseh high school basketball
You got to draw a line
because
somewhere.
that's just bad basketball.
Yeah.
But, like, elite high school basketball is phenomenal.
I just want to come watch you on the court yourself,
Well,
just directing traffic.
yeah, that is a possibility.
You
one
pulling a
day.
cube?
This summer, dude, I'll be back on the court for sure.
That a fact?
Yeah, I'm going to be back on the court.
Mess around and got a triple double.
I'm going to go steal my basketball back from the kids that I gave it to down the street. I'm going to come out of retirement.
I'm ready to see it. You could be the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It'd just be like the original coming out of retirement is all. I passed the torch.
Never seen you two in the same place.
I passed the torch,
I believe it.
but maybe it's time to take it back.
I'd say it's, no time like
Difference
the
is
present,
I'm not
right?
7 foot tall.
You throw some heels on,
It's the only difference, but
but you play like you are.
exactly.
You're like a
That's
Barkley-esque kind of
what
player.
matters. Way better offense
Than Chuck?
than Chuck.
Oh, I don't know, man. Chuck,
Way better.
Chuck could score.
Way better.
Talk about underrated.
Way more versatile.
Versatile, in that term. Yeah, probably. You pulling your Jamal Crawford handles and your Dirk fadeaway.
Dirk Fedor, dude.
The American race car. The Celtics now have the third highest net rating of all time behind the 95-96 and 96-97 Bulls. Will it end in a championship?
I think so.
They should, right? On paper, they're the best team, even probably talent-wise above Denver.
Yeah. Like I said, that was my prediction. Best record and the win.
You can't keep coming up short
No,
with these expectations,
you can't.
especially after I think they already had the 1 seed locked up before any other team has clinched a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Like, they're that far ahead.
It's insane.
Need a chip to back it up. And then we got to talk about poor John Collins.
Getting dunked on so hard he got a concussion.
Hopefully feeling better. But his ego's got to be bruised.
Definitely probably not turning the lights on in his room yet.
Nah, laying down,
Definitely getting some rest.
trying to take it easy.
Maybe he thinks it was a fever dream.
Turn the phone off, for sure.
Definitely phone off.
Because even your boys are going to be sending you that clip.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah, you definitely turn that phone off. I've only been dunked on once in my life.
And it probably wasn't like that.
It was way worse.
Worse and
The ball came back and hit me in the face and busted my nose open, dude. It was bad. Yeah.
No.
Thankfully, it was a pickup game, and there wasn't many people in the gym. So, but it did happen once.
How big was the guy that did it?
6'10", probably.
Okay, so he was bigger than you at least.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not
6'10", Kevin Durant built, though.
that's not terrible.
He was slender.
If you're Collins getting dunked on by Ant
He was Slender Man, though. I got dunked on by Slender Man.
to get off the dribble, was it a lob?
It was off the dribble.
Oh.
Yeah, it was coast to coast, off the dribble. Ball came back, hit me in the face, busted my nose open, blood everywhere. Very embarrassing.
Did you win?
I don't remember.
You probably wouldn't, because that's the only thing that's going to stand out about that game.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, I applaud you for telling that story on the air. Probably the second most embarrassing story told on this program.
Yeah.
Because nothing's ever going to top Shane.
Ever.
Not even close.
Ever. Unless one of our guests comes on with some fire, dude.
It's a very high bar.
But yeah, I don't think Shane would ever. Both mind basketball stories, though. You know?
Yeah, and look, not a huge deal, you know? Things happen. You get dunked on sometimes.
Yeah. But if the ball didn't come back and bust my nose open, it wouldn't be that bad.
Even then, that wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but still, it's just like
it's not a good look.
You pushed me so far under the net that the ball came, and you slammed it so hard that it had the force to come down and bust my nose open.
Hit your schnoz wide open.
Yeah, that's rough.
You move on.
I did.
Does he have a successful podcast?
I've never been dunked on again.
That you put your foot down?
Yep. A lot of times I just get out of the way.
Have you been attempted to have been dunked on again?
No, actually. I don't put myself in that situation anymore.
Smart move.
It happened once, learned my lesson, never do it again.
Ole, sir, have at it. I'm staying right here.
I'll just cut you off early.
Hard foul.
Hard foul, or just make you pick up your dribble when you're uncomfortable.
You coming to my paint, man? You ain't going up.
Then you go in with a layup.
You're going Lambeer. You're going Jordan rules.
Yep.
Don't come in my house, dude.
I'm going pro wrestling.
This dude jumps, you suplex him.
Yep.
RKO out of nowhere.
Right into a German suplex, dude.
Then you got to taunt him afterwards.
Absolutely.
Probably go for the pin, if anything.
Definitely already pinned him.
While you're throwing a lob back down the court.
Exactly. To myself.
Oh, God. Mr. Perfect.
Exactly.
Big time. How'd your team of the week do this week?
Well, the Thunder went 5-1.
Strong week. Keeping that momentum
Beat
going.
the Blazers, the Heat, the Grizzlies twice, the Mavericks, and lost to the Pacers.
Quality week. I had the Pels, who lost to the Cavs, which we knew when we recorded, and then beat the Clippers, beat Portland, and beat the Nets tonight. Apparently, Zion's dropped 25 pounds since the in-season tournament.
Yeah. No, he's killing it, and he's getting he's averaging 25 points per game.
Again, super incredible efficiency.
Sneaky Pelicans team.
Nobody talking about him except us.
I love them.
Gonna do some damage come playoff time.
I love them. New team of the week, I'm going with the Pacers. They play the Pistons, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Bulls.
3 tough games in there. I went Magic because this is going to be a test week for them. They have 4 home games, but against top competition. Beat the Hornets tonight, then they host the Pels, the Kings, and the Warriors. We'll see if they're legit or not. They're 40-28.
That's a tough stretch.
I don't think they really go anywhere come playoff time, but this is kind of a put up or shut up kind of week here.
That's a tough stretch.
UFC, not a whole lot going on. Apparently, Petr Yan tore his ACL and meniscus in the fight against Song Yadong.
That's tough.
I don't know if he knew it during the fight. I didn't really see any reaction.
Yeah, then adrenaline's too high.
But that's a full knee blowout.
Yeah.
You think you kind of feel that.
And then Tai Tuivasa is still terrible
Yeah.
at MMA.
Did you watch it?
I did.
I didn't watch it live. I watched the replay. Classic Tai. Landed a great shot early.
Still love the guy.
Oh, fan favorite.
Just do something.
Train better.
Train something.
Quit drinking. Try
Don't
a little
even
ground
do
game.
that.
Drink less.
Just work on the ground game.
Yeah. Not typical big heavyweight. Tepper got him locked up. End of the first round. To me, he's like a worse version of Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Entertaining. Love the guy. Want to see him win.
Derek Lewis had enough ground game to not get choked out.
He was just too strong.
That's the thing.
I'm just going to get up.
You have to be unrealistically strong.
Yeah.
But the problem is the guys who are wrestling other than Jailton Almeida, who's terrible at
Dog
the sport.
shit.
But Curtis Blades is unrealistically strong and has a ground game.
Technique. Yeah.
So you have to be stronger than that guy.
And hopefully have some technique.
A little bit.
Although, I think it was against Blades where he took Derek Lewis down. And again, Derek Lewis, not a great ground game. Just decided to stand up.
Yeah. because he's that strong.
I'm just going to do that. Wrestling's not real.
His nuts got hot, dude.
Oh, they were warm. They were toasty. This weekend, not a great card at all. But the main event, probably worth tuning into at least. Thug Rose's second fight at flyweight against Amanda Hebos. Looking for her first win. I know you wanted to see her maybe on 300 instead.
Yeah, she's just one of those names, Thug Rose.
Fan favorite.
Yeah, everybody loves her.
New weight class. Get your first win at that weight class on
300.
the biggest card of all time. Which, God, I cannot wait for it.
That's so good.
Like you're starting off the early prelims with Figgy and Garbrandt.
Yeah.
That's your opening fight. Insane.
Yeah, we thought 299 was going to be better, but it's not.
For a time it was. Before they had fully announced all of
Yeah.
300, before they got all the pieces together.
Yeah,
But yeah, 300 is, on paper, the best card of all time.
and it should be.
As for cash, I went with just tournament winners, men's and women's, which of course, super unlikely, but you got to try it, right? I went Auburn at plus 1,800 and Iowa for the women's plus 700. $10 to win a cool 1,500 and $20. You never know.
That'd be a great investment money for the pod.
It
Get
most
some
certainly would.
cameras,
Cameras, maybe a new
new
laptop,
laptop. Yeah,
maybe some nails to finally hang up your UK
that
piece
too.
back there.
Yep.
A hammer to pull down, Shane's little piece.
Yep.
How about a stick pick?
You're due.
Can we incorporate Grady Dick somehow into that? The Grady Dick stick pick?
Grady dick pick.
I'm here for that. And it's not inappropriate. It's the guy's name.
Exactly.
Just like when he swapped jerseys with Anthony Black post game.
And then they realigned themselves to make the jerseys say Black Dick.
Which again it's their names.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
see what's
just
wrong
their
with
names.
that,
It's just a funny order.
Well, why is it funny?
Well, because they moved.
Oh, like they switch sides.
Yeah, like they originally were where it would be Dick Black.
Richard Black could be a guy's name.
Yeah, so they just went the other way because nobody's first name is Black
No, not really.
that I know of.
It would be
least.
badass though.
Are you going to take this bucket back?
I know that's what you were
I
waiting
wasn't
on me
wanting
for.
you to pick another one.
Put on the floor. The Grady Dick pick is the Rocky Patel white label. Beautiful, beautiful band. And a great smoke as well. I think those go for like $15-16. Rocky Pat, always reliable. How about bums of the week?
Oh, we got some good ones.
Had to actually cut a few off.
Yeah.
First things first, the Lakers Warriors shot clock debacle, where they had 19 minutes of downtime.
Yeah. For 20 seconds of gameplay, or 17 seconds, I think.
Absurd. How does that happen in today's NBA?
Yeah.
In today's anything?
Every time they threw the ball in, the ref blew his whistle. Was like, nope, not this time. Joke's on you, buddy.
And let's take 9 minutes to look back into it. All right, wait, we're good to go. Throw it in. Same thing.
Yeah. Like 5 or 6 times.
Dude, just get a stopwatch.
Just do it right the first time.
Is there not protocol in play if there's malfunctions?
Yeah, just do it right the first time.
Where that? Do we know because I assume it was like a malfunction.
I think they just kept setting it wrong.
That's even worse. That's even bummier, dude.
Because it was working just fine.
It was just set at the wrong time.
Yeah, every time.
Look, I'll give you one. Maybe the operator misheard or something.
What if the ref's saying the wrong time?
You know what? That's probably actually what happened.
He's like, dude, that's what you said.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't, dude. I'm the ref. No, I didn't. In fact, you're teed up. Get him out of here. We need I wish we had on-court mics for that. LeBron not happy. Next bum, who you got?
John Collins. For getting dunked on so hard that he got a concussion. Again, rest up, brother. Feel better. But you're a bum.
Put it behind you. If John Collins was here in the studio, as a man that's gone through a similar experience, how would you help coach him through?
You just get over it.
Simple as
Mine
that.
wasn't nationally televised, so
Thankfully,
thankfully there. But I'd probably get a T-shirt, own it,
embrace it.
I think that's the route you got to go.
Make money off it.
Yeah, I'm the guy who got dunked on. So what?
I don't care.
I'll dunk on you.
What are you going to do about it?
Bingo.
Now, if he tries to dunk on you and then he misses terribly.
He's not dunking on me.
Oh, no chance.
That's not what we're talking about here. That'll never happen again.
Well, it didn't happen the first time.
You just had to be there.
May have been a John Collins-esque build, but I don't think it was actually John Collins.
It was slender. Literally Kevin Durant, like rookie Kevin Durant then.
Rookie Giannis-esque.
Were pretty much exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even feel bad about that.
Dunked on by Slender Man.
Cheeto Vera. Can you please shut the fuck up?
I haven't heard any of this that you're talking about.
So he keeps saying Sean was greased up where he couldn't grapple him. You recall watching him try to grapple at all?
No.
Not one time. No, he keeps making excuses. Said if the fight was longer, I would have won. Dude, you had 5 rounds.
To be fair, if the fight was longer, he would have won. That's a fact.
I don't know if he would have won. He would have
won.
Better performance.
Even if the 5th round was longer?
Dude, he had 25 minutes.
I know. I'm just saying, but to be fair, he does have a lot better endurance than Sean.
Oh, for sure. But there's a reason we only have 5-round max fights.
Correct.
Like,
so he's not. I wouldn't say that's an excuse. That's a fact.
If it was a close fight, I'd even give it to you. But you got your ass kicked for 25 minutes. Come on, Tito.
What else?
Come on. And in the same vein, our 4th bum,
Francis Ngannou. Honestly, I don't even care if he's making excuses for why he got knocked out. I think he's a bum for calling out Deontay Wilder.
To me, that's even the worst part. Yeah.
Like, are you dumb?
Yeah.
Like, Deontay Wilder was the champion.
Yeah.
Undisputed.
He'd knock him out harder than Joshua did.
Probably quicker.
It might even kill him.
Honestly, it's not impossible.
Now, I don't think Deontay is a gay black man in 1960, but he could kill a guy in the ring. And that guy could be Francis.
Agreed. I also don't think Deontay takes that fight.
Look, you throw 20 mil at him, why not, right?
Yeah, but he's not. He makes more than that.
He doesn't need to.
And he's not really a gimmick fighter.
No. And neither was Joshua.
Yeah, but Joshua, I think him and Tyson had an agreement when Tyson signed up to fight. And it was like, I'm going to toy with him, see if he's really got what it takes, and then make it look like he's got what it takes. And then you can come in and show him what real boxers do.
I want to
that's
think
exactly what it looked like.
That should have been what happened.
Because Tyson was just dancing around. He came in way out of shape, which is abnormal. He usually looks great on fight night. And he didn't take his camp seriously. And then he was like, okay. And then he got knocked down, and everybody was like, oh, Ngannou should have won, blah, 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 whatever. And then it's like, okay, go ahead, Anthony. And then in 2 rounds, exactly what would have happened if Tyson Fury took it seriously at all. Like, Tyson Fury did what Nate Diaz did.
Yeah, very similar game plan.
Like, just dance around, get paid.
And look, yeah, watching it, it was close, but you're watching Tyson at half effort.
If that. Maybe even a quarter, 15%. Minimal.
And even at the time, we were hyping up Francis because, absolute specimen, all this power. Like, Tyson Fury is literally the world the best at what he does in the world.
Yeah.
At this sport.
Actually in the world, too, not like UFC.
Yeah,
where,
the world.
Yeah, they the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Like,
where they combine all the belts or however that shit works.
Boxing, so I don't understand that at all. But, yeah, the fact that we even thought Francis could have a chance is, in retrospect, pretty absurd.
I mean, did we actually think that, or were we just saying it?
I don't know if we did, but sports media in general, I think there was definitely guys that thought he could take out Fury.
Well, people
think
Victor Wembanyama is going to be the best basketball player of all time too, and there's just nothing you can do about that.
I mean, look, when Alex Caruso exists, it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, what are you going to do?
And we'll continue to preach that to the day we die. Alex Caruso, best basketball player I ever saw play basketball.
I would say Alex Caruso, best human being I've ever seen live.
He's up there. Probably him and Keanu Reeves.
You know what? Never seen those two in the same room.
Neither have I.
Caruso might have been in John Wick.
It's possible.
other best guy who wasn't John Wick? Boban.
True. Great dude.
His TikTok's incredible.
Great dude. Hilarious.
Man, him and Steven Adams, like the two best guys I want to go hang out with in the NBA.
Yeah, if I can get past the Steven Adams looks like he's going to murder me. If I can get past that.
He might try to scare you a little bit at first.
I know he's not.
And
I know he's not going to.
Friendliest dude of all time.
I know he's not going to, but I'd have to still get past that.
But he wants you to know that if he wanted to, he could.
He
In a heartbeat.
Well done. I know. I get it.
Like a boa. He just constrict you to death.
Or hire the New Zealand mafia.
Just bring his brothers in.
Yeah, there's only like 30 people in New Zealand.
And they're all Steven Adams' brother.
Pretty much. He's got a lot of siblings.
And they're all in organized crime.
Rumor has it.
Allegedly.
Rumor has it.
Allegedly.
Of course.
Take us home, sir.
Well, you know what we always say. S&S.
To the moon.